Good morning, everyone. Today is June 10th. It is Monday. I will be getting into Kennedy Meadows today, which is the end of the desert section by all accounts. And I thought I would show you this beautiful scenery instead of my mug this morning, because it's definitely worth it. Numbers. Today is day 50 hiking. I've been hiking for 50 days. But I've been on trail for 70 days. So 20 days I've been off trail for various reasons, whether it be most of that now is 0 days, in-town days, kind of recovering. And this is now day 8 that I've been hiking in a row. And yesterday I was in quite a bit of pain when I got to camp. I really needed to quit probably 5 miles beforehand, so that would have been like 19 miles instead of 24. But there was no place to pull over for one reason, and two, I really needed to water, and three, if you can do 5 more miles, I did it. It wasn't great, but I did it. Highly motivated to get to Kennedy Meadows for lots of reasons. The big one is not today, but tomorrow. Kathy's picking me up, and it's been over a month since I've seen her, and you only get to talk sporadically, so I'm really going to enjoy the car ride home, getting to chat with her. We'll stay over in Bishop. I'm really going to enjoy that before we get to back to real life. Kennedy Meadows, you hear about it all the time. I'm excited. I'm going to show you guys around because it's such a neat place, supposedly. I have never been there. I've wanted to go several times. I've resisted one. It's down a dirt road it's a 25-mile dirt road from 395 south of Lone Pine, if that means anything to you. So it's kind of between, I think it's before the turnoff for Ridgecrest, before 395 splits to 14 goes to Mojave, then Lancaster, Palmdale. So it's just like a right turn, basically. And then you drive for 25 miles. You can see this country. So basically you can drive back in here if you want to. Maybe not specifically here, but I'm crossing a road in like 2 miles, less than that now, but 2 miles from when I left camp. So there's lots of dirt biking and off-road vehicle and camping and all kinds of stuff you can do back here. So it's a popular place for that too. But there's only like 200 residents in Kennedy Meadows. The numbers again, yeah, so I mentioned it yesterday. I was really tired and I'm sorry, but I was at 694.7 is where I camped. So I am now about 5 miles away from mile 700. I'm not thrilled with my overall mileage. It's, if you count all the days, 70 days, I'm at 10 miles a day average. If you count just the hiking days, it's 14 miles per day. If I were to continue a 14-mile average, I would finish sometime in November. So that's a factor. I am very glad I'm going home. Now that I just said that I need to speed up, I can't. I absolutely need to rest my body. It is screaming at me and it's telling me that it needs rest. With the feet, I'm getting different twinges in different parts of my lower legs and up to my knees. Even my left quad a week ago twinged on me. Nothing, when I say twinge, it is painful. I recognize it. Yesterday I got a twinge at the bottom of my left kneecap. I was going downhill. I'd been going downhill for a while and I was I was going faster than what you guys are seeing right now. And it just kind of twinged on me, so I slowed down. I kind of assessed it, and then I walked the rest of the day on it. And it let me know it was there throughout the day, but I couldn't figure out what specific, like the way I planted my foot, if I went down too hard on it. Like I can't duplicate when it kind of becomes painful. So just that, I'm using that as an example of my body needs rest. Truthfully, I've been going long days and having to set up in wind and all kinds of stupid excuses, but I haven't been stretching. That's the bottom line. I know that's bad. I think I'm paying for that a little bit. But I really need, I think the biggest thing, and I'm hoping that the biggest way I'm going to fix this is by getting a new pair of shoes. The Ultra 7s, Ultra Lone Peak 7s are what I'm wearing. They're a good shoe, and they're a good shoe for, you know, a week in the backcountry. They're not, for me, a good shoe for 700 miles in the backcountry. I didn't really have a choice when I, you know, my shoes blew out at like 322 miles in Wrightwood, and I replaced them, and I got a half size bigger. I actually think that ended up being a godsend because of how much my feet have swollen. I think that extra half size was a good thing. I never did have any problems with going up a half size. And so I'm glad that happened. They are going well. These pair have held up better than the other pair. I don't know why. But my feet are sore and tired every day. And I would really like to try some bigger cushion type shoes. But the biggest thing, my priority is wide toe box and then cushion, which is why I keep going with the Ultras. I had a choice between Ultras and Topos. I tried Topos before. They're narrower, and I went out hiking and then immediately got blisters. So I'm nervous to try that again. But I'm going to go to a specialty store and get that worked out. So I started the day, I don't think I said it, 8.7 miles from the turnoff to the general store. So there's 3 places of note in Kennedy Meadows. The general store, and they also serve food, and you can camp and shower and do laundry there. Their competitor is a bar type place called Grumpy's, where they don't charge for shower and laundry. Tends to be a little bit rowdier place, according to comments. And oh boy, I just lost their name. The Outfitter Shop. Triple Crown Outfitters. That's it. Triple Crown Outfitters. So you can get, they are a specialty shop based out of actually Julian, and they bring up trailers and they resupply hikers, and it's run by a hiker. I believe her name is Yogi, and her business is called Triple Crown for a reason. She's triple crowned, which means she's done the 3 major long trails in the US: PCT, CDT, AT. And I've talked about those acronyms before, but Continental Divide Trail and Appalachian Trail. So I will probably hit them. Very interested to see all this. I will show it to you. Everybody have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed the scenery as we've been going. Hi. I have to hold it in this weird position because otherwise you will be blinded by the sun, I think. Yeah. I forgot to talk about camp last night. So that was the first water after 10.5 miles on the big climb. So of course it was very crowded. But I did find a place with good shade, and I was hurting so much I actually didn't take a picture of camp yesterday. Oh well. But there was some drama, and it's unfortunate actually, because there was a woman, she was 0.6 of a mile from water from us, and she fell, and they believe that she dislocated her shoulder. So fortunately she was hiking with her tramley, so she had, I don't know, 4 or 5 people with her. And this group seems like they've been together for a while, because one of them came down, sought out a particular woman who is a doctor, nurse, or in the medical profession somehow, told her, and she's like, okay, and jumped up and was like on her way up there, which I commend her, because that's of course uphill from us, and I know that I couldn't move at that point. But like, again, there were tons of people, so everybody started talking about injuries and what to do and on and on and on. But for her, it sounded like she went into shock a little bit, so they treated those symptoms. One of her friends carried her pack down. I believe the woman, I'm going to call her a doctor or nurse, the medical practitioner. Sorry, it's just amazing how tired my arms get. Put her in a sling, and so that part was taken care of. So they walked her down to camp, and then it sounded like they pressed the button, and when you press the button, that's your spot or in reach. Your SOS button is what the button is. And so they were gonna walk what I'm walking right now. Last night they took her to the nearest road, and then I think they were taking her to a hospital from there. Search and rescue would grab her from the hospital or from the road. So she, with a bum shoulder, she walked just over 2.5 miles. And that's one of the risks out here. Is it was just a fall, and I've fallen a lot. I've been lucky. I didn't tell you about one of them, but I was crossing one of those gates I put across the PCT. Hold on. And I was going too fast because I was trying to make a 10 by 10. I didn't make it that day either, but I caught my back foot and I fell over. Fortunately, I just tucked and landed like on the side of my left thigh, leg, shoulder, upper arm and lower arm, so I just spread the impact. That wasn't skill. I think that was more luck than anything, but that could have been completely different, so just my point is that's what the topic was, is we're all one mistake, one accident away, and then we can be very, very far away. That downhill was a 6.5 mile slog, so thank goodness she was only 6/10 from us. Like, they were able to bring her water, and they had help and all that, so fortunate for that. I will try and find out. This community is really good about updating what's happening with us, so I'll find out what happened with her and I'll let you guys know. So prayers go to her. Shoulders are kind of important with these things we have on our backs. They do think that it possibly reset itself, like it popped back in the shoulder, so hopefully nothing's permanently damaged. I'm coming up on some hikers, so I'm going to stop. Check that out. Wanted to show you the Kern River. So this is the Kern River, kind of the first Sierra River that we run into.